Children, in continuation with the force and pressure, today we will see the next part of our lesson. While pulling a bucket from a well, a bucket full of water immersed fully in the water appears weightless. Okay, you experience that whenever we are pulling a water from a well, at that time what happens? Bucket is full of water. But then also what happens whenever it is there in the water? Suppose this is the water, and in that water bucket is there and it is full of water. We can easily what happens, pull it above. Okay, and why it is there? Because whenever this bucket is in the water, that time the buoyant force is there. It is what happens, it is pulling it upside, and we are also pulling the bucket upside. So both forces what happens together, what happens, the more force is there, and that's why this bucket is there. We can easily pull from the water whenever it is in the water. But this bucket, when it comes out of water, at that time what happens, we feel what, heavy, because at that time the buoyant force of water is less and we are pulling it upside. At that time water's weight is there, and water weight, what happens, gravitational force is there, it is pulling it down and we are pulling it upside. So two opposite forces are acted on this bucket, and that's why what happens, it is difficult to pull the water when it comes out of the water. Now next activity they told you, take a piece of aluminum sheet and dip it in the bucket. What happens when the aluminum sheet is there? When we put it into the bucket, what happens, this aluminum sheet, what happens, sinks inside the water, sinks in the water. Then shape of the same piece of aluminum into the small boat and place it into the surface of water. Now what happens, that aluminum sheet is there, that we have to give shape of the boat, and then we have to pour into water. Then you will notice that sheet is there, same weight is there, but same weight sheet, aluminum sheet, what happens, it sinks inside the water. But if we make the sheet from that aluminum, it what happens, floats. And reason behind it is that, and why it is float, the reason behind it is that it shape. Okay, so surface of it floats, isn't it? So iron nail also what happens, it sinks. But why does the massive steel ship boat float on it? When the object is deep in a liquid, buoyant force acts on it, and hence appears that weight of the object is reduced. When this is there, here buoyant force is applying from the downside and it is pushing it upward, and for this what happens, the reason, when object is deep in a liquid, any object if you dip in the liquid, the buoyant force acts on it. Okay, buoyant force means what happens, the force of water fluid which acts on the object and it pulls the upward, acts on it, and hence it appear that the weight of object is reduces. Because of buoyant force, weight is reduced. It becomes easier to swim in the sea water than the fresh water. What is the reason behind it? It is easy to swim in sea water than the fresh water. The reason behind it is that the density of the sea water is higher than that of the density of fresh water. Okay, sea water's density is more than that of the sea. Fresh water's more, fresh water's density, and so what happens, it is easy to swim in the sea water due to salt dissolve. And why this density is more? Because the salt is dissolved in the seawater, and that because of that dissolved salt, what happens, the density of seawater becomes higher than that of the fresh water, and then that's why it is easy to swim in the seawater than that of the fresh water. Now see here in the book you have seen the lemon sinks in the glass filled with the water. If we are taking the this glass, and if we put the lemon, then what happens, it sinks inside the water, but it floats when the wind stirs 2 spoons of salt in the water. So same thing we have to do with the salt water, and that salty water inside, what happens, this lemon is there, it floats on the surface, but in this water it sinks inside the fresh water, inside it sinks inside the water. And the reason behind it is that due to salt, this water's density is becoming what, more, and due to this lemon is there, it floats on the surface of the water. Now the salty water in the salty water, buoyant force exceeds the gravitational force. Okay, because of salty water, the buoyant force is there. In salty water, buoyant force is there. What happens? It exceeds, means more than the gravitational force, and due to this, what happens? This lemon is floats on the surface. But in fresh water, the gravitational force is more than the buoyant force, and that's why this lemon is there. It is sinks inside the water. Next, what is understood from these examples? So buoyant force is depend on the two factors, and which are the two factors? That is volume of the object, and second is the density of the liquid. First, inside what we see, that the volume of the first iron nail and the aluminium sheet is more, and that's why it is sinks. But that of the volume of what the boat is less, so it floats on the surface of the water. And next is the it's the density. That is, density of seawater is less more than the fresh water, and that's why what happens, because of this buoyancy, the substances are not get sinks inside that water. So buoyancy depends upon two things, that is the volume and secondly density. Next point is the, we will see how is decided an object is left in a liquid get sink or in the liquid, or will it flow on the surface or float inside the means three conditions are there. Any object is there, suppose this is the bucket, this is bucket, this is a water. In it, suppose you put the object, it will float on the surface of water. Secondly, it will come, what happens, it will float inside the water. And third thing is that it will, what happens, first thing what I said, it will, we will take bucket example. This is bucket, 3 buckets I will take. This is 1 bucket, second, and this is third bucket. First, and this is water is there in it. This is water is in it. And first thing, this object floats on the, this is the object, floats on the surface. Otherwise, it floats inside the water. Okay. And third, object sinks inside. These three position. It is the first level, it is in between, and it is the third position. So what they told you, the object float if the buoyant force is larger than the weight. When the object is float on the surface, then here which force is more? That is force of buoyancy. FB is more. FB, buoyant force is more. If object sinks, if object so when that object I told you sinks float on the surface, when FB is more than that of the, means force of buoyant force is more than the which more than the weight, that time what happens, the object floats on the surface. In second condition, object sinks in the buoyant force and smaller than the weight. Object sink means here what happens, here FB is less, that means buoyant force is less than the weight. Buoyant force is less than the weight of the object, then the object sinks inside the water. Understand what I said? Object weight is more than that of the buoyant force, then object sinks inside the water. When object floats on the surface, if buoyant force is more than, buoyant force FB is more than weight, then what happens, it floats on the surface, and weight is more than FB, weight is more than FB, then object sinks. And third condition is that object floats inside the liquid. Here in this situation, object is floats inside the subject. This is the object. So here FB is equals to weight. FB is equals to weight. So this object is there. It is floats inside the bucket. In first condition, what I said, that the object is float on the surface. So here what is more? If object floats on the surface, then here weight, what happens? Weight is smaller than, weight is more than, weight of the object is more than its FB, means buoyant force. Second condition inside, if FB, what happens? Object sink, means FB is smaller than weight of the object, then object sinks inside the water. And in third condition, what happens? The object FB floats inside the water, means FB is equals to weight, and that's why what happens, this object is there, it is floats inside the water. And which forces are unbalanced in the above cases? So in this case, if you see here, weight is more, here weight is, FB is less than, sorry, here second is mistake. In this condition, if you see here, weight is more, then object sink. FB is more, then object floats. What I said, that FB is more if FB is more, object floats. FB is less, then object sink. And third, if both is same, then what I said, object floats but inside the water. So first and second condition, inside there is unbalanced forces are there, so object floats or sinks inside the water. But in third condition, what happens, both is same, the object is, what happens, it is floats inside the water. Okay, now the next point is the Archimedes principle. From that activity we will see at first. In this activity, what we have to do, we have to take long rubber band. We have to take long rubber band, cut it into a point, and its one end tied to the clean washed stone, 50 grams of weight shown in the figure. So we have to take one stone, and we have to tie the rubber band. This is the rubber band and this is the weight. This is rubber band and this is weight. Here also that same it is there. This only thread and stone is there. If we put it inside the glass empty glass vessel, you will notice that the length of this rubber band is more. Okay, how much is the, if you measure it, suppose it is 1 meter, suppose, or 30 centimeter we will take. It is 30 centimeter. Same if you are put inside the water, then what happens, its length is less. If you see here, it may be 20 centimeter. In this way we will take. Now if you see, that is the difference, means that much height what happens. And why this is happening? Because the buoyant force is applying on this stone and it is pushing it upward direction, and that's why what happens, the stone moves upward and the rubber is there, its length is less. Now what they told you, we will see. Now hold the other end of rubber band and make the mark there. Okay, now we have to mark it here, so that much is the length of the rubber band from here to here. Keep the stone hanging in the air and measure the length of rubber band from the stone and mark made earlier. Now take the water in a pot and hold the rubber band in such a height that the stone sinks. Means this height is, you have to same, we have to take. Now at that, stone sinks in it. Now stone is sinking in the water. If you see here, stone is sinking in the water. Such a height, again measure the length of the rubber band. Now we have to measure the length of rubber band. So you will notice that its length is becoming less, this much in this. Okay, so observe, this length is shorter than the earlier length. While dipping the stone in water, length of the stretch rubber gets slowly reduced and minimum when it sinks completely. Okay, it is more than that of the, it sinks, it is less. What could be the reason behind it? So reason behind it is that when the stone, what they told you, when the stone is sunk in water, the stone is there, when it sunk in the water, the buoyant force, what happens in water, buoyant force acts on it in upward direction. So because of buoyant force, it is, the stone is there, it is getting pushed upward direction. The weight of the stone acts a downward direction, but weight is there. Weight is also up. Just now we seen the three conditions. Weight, what happens, it pulling the this stone downward, but this buoyant force is there, FB, what happens, pushing it upward direction, and weight pushing the stone downward direction, and the weight of stone acts downward, therefore the force act on it downward direction is effectively reduced. So this weight's direction force is there, here it is more, and in water because of FB the force is less, and that's why what happens, this stone moves, or length of the rubber is, we seen, it is shorter than that of the first condition. Now what they told you, how much is the magnitude of the buoyant force? Is it the same for all liquids? So these are the question. The buoyant force is equal in magnitude for all objects. The answer of these questions are embedded in the Archimedes principle. So what is the Archimedes principle? That is the statement of the Archimedes principle. When is an object, what they told you, when an object is partially or fully, when an object partially means half, and fully means totally immersed in a fluid. Okay, any stone, anything is there. If we partially means half or fully get immersed in the fluid, the force of buoyancy acts on it. Okay, which force acts on it? That object, buoyant force. And which direction? Upward direction. And this force is equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by the object. Means suppose this is the water and I took it fully till the brim, and if I put one stone in it, what happens? The some waters, what happens? Spill out. And how much is that spilled water? That is equal to the weight of the stone that we pour inside the that bucket. So that is the Archimedes principle. The statement is that when an object is partially or fully immersed in the fluid means any water or any fluid, it may be oil, it may be anything, liquid, force of buoyancy acts on it. When object is poured inside the water or any fluid, the buoyant force acts on it, and in which direction? Upward direction. And this force is equal to, means how much is that force? The force is equal to weight of the fluid displaced by the object. So that is the statement of this Archimedes principle. So all of you learn this, and today we will stop here only, and we will see the next part tomorrow. So today you have to learn this Archimedes principle, understand the concept, okay. And if you do this activity at home, you will better understand, because stone is available. You take any glass water, if you take a rubber band and tie it to the stone, and you do this activity at home, you will notice that in the liquid the length of rubber is less than that of in the empty vessel. Okay, so all of you do this. So today we will stop here only. Thank you.